Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. Guys, in this episode, we're going to talk about step 4 of the sales process, the presentation. So at this point, we have knocked on the door, we've gotten in the door, we've built rapport with the individual, they know, like, and trust us. So now what we're doing is we're going into the presentation. So now it's time to start talking about what we're there to see them, and that way hopefully we can solicit them some insurance and try to make a sale before we leave. So there are many ways to do a presentation, okay? So some agents have it written down. They say the same exact thing every time. They may use a visual aid, a flip book, or whatever it is, and the script that they follow. And then some agents just have a natural conversation that they use to be the presentation. So there's nothing wrong with either one of them. Both of them are perfectly fine. The whole goal of it is to educate the client. Personally, I elect for the natural conversation because it feels more natural and it doesn't feel scripted and it doesn't feel like it's a very salesy presentation. It just feels natural, like you're talking to them as a normal individual. But for many new agents, it may be best to have the structure of using the same thing every time. So that way you make sure you cover everything, because as a new agent, it can be tough trying to go through the presentation effectively to cover everything that you need to cover. So then that way you can make an efficient presentation to then make a sale. So the tonality of your presentation should be from an educational point of view. It should be, I'm here to teach you. I'm going to grab your hand and we're going to walk from A to Z. I'm going to show you how we do this thing. So then that way we can guide you down the path. And then if you do your presentation right, closing the sale is easy. It's just showing the numbers and they pick it. That is how you know you nailed a perfect presentation. So with that standard in mind, how do we back into it to create a good presentation? So then that way whenever we make our pitch, they choose a plan and there's absolutely no objections and it's easy. Okay, so that's how we're going to build this thing, so that way we can build an effective presentation. And everybody's presentation is going to be a little bit different, but the most important thing is you have everything that we lay out here and anything else that is pertinent to the client, so then that way you can make the sale. So some things to include in your presentation. So you need to discover their current insurance situation. You need to know where they're at. Before you can go where you're going to go, you have to know where they're coming from. So you need to know their current insurance situation. Do they have insurance? What type of insurance is it? How much coverage do they have? Do they not have insurance? Why don't you have any insurance? Learn about all that stuff. Ask lots of questions. And then also something you need to do is you need to figure out what they're looking to try to accomplish, so that way you can build a presentation to cater to their need. Are they looking to try to pay off their house? Are they looking to pay off just their expenses? Are they looking to just take care of their cremation? Are they looking to take care of burial and then the plot and the headstone? They want to leave a little money to the family. You need to ask all these questions so that way you can make sure you build your presentation to cater to their needs, because everybody's needs is different and everybody's wants are different. So educate them on the different types of insurance. This is a must, okay? This is a must. It's amazing when you take the time to educate them on the different types of products, and they ask them, well, I definitely want whole life insurance. And they may already have some insurance, but they got suckered into one of these 5-year increasing term policies with one of these companies. And then you show them that they have a 5-year increasing term policy. Well, then they just decided on their own that they don't want that. They want a whole life insurance policy. All you did was educate them, and they made their own decision. That's all you have to do. And then that goes into the next thing is review their current insurance policy. Review it with them. Go over it with them. Go through line by line. because they may think they have $15,000 and they really only have 10. They may think they have a whole life policy, but they have a term life policy. So if you take the time and educate them, figure out where they are at and figure out how we're going to get to where we're going. Okay, and then identify their insurance needs or coverage that they desire. So let's figure that out. How much coverage do they need? What all do we need it for? Ask these questions to the client. You'll be amazed that they already have in their mind what they're looking for. And if you pitch the wrong numbers, they're not going to buy it. Okay. And then educate them on the different riders and different things that they have at their fingertips, because some of those things may provide more value. So understand your carriers and understand the riders that are associated with it. And here you're also going to inquire about their health. So you're going to figure out where their health situation is and ask the appropriate health questions, do your underwriting, and figure out which plan or which company is going to be the best for them for their insurance needs based on their current condition. And then another thing to do that I've noticed a lot and educate my agents on is you inform them about the fact that there's no money due today. A lot of times these people are on fixed incomes. So you need to take the pressure off at the very beginning that there's no money due today, and our companies make it super easy, and they set it up whenever you get your Social Security check. And I make sure to let them know your first payment is not due to whenever your next check is. When is your next check? And I'm going to go ahead and find that out. So that helps take the pressure off things. So when you cover all of that, it's going to help make the close better, because now what you're doing is you're building a case for what you're there to solicit for them, and is building a need, and is also educating them on where they're at and where we're going. Okay, so that is the whole goal of the presentation, is to build a case to why the prospect should buy a plan from you and why they need it. That's what the presentation does. If you do a good presentation well, I said at the beginning, it's going to make the close super easy. And it's important in the presentation to get all the information out on the table. So that will help make the close easier. What do I mean by all the information out on the table? Well, if they have current insurance, we need to know what they have. Because, example, let's say that they have insurance and you don't review their current insurance policy. If you go to pitch them the plan, and you don't review it in your presentation, all they're going to say is, well, let me review my current policy and I'll get back with you to see what it would be, because there's unknown there. They don't know. They don't have enough information to make the decision. That is why in your presentation you have to get all the information out on the table. So another thing here is that you can use in your presentation is whenever you go to try to close, if you keep getting the same objections over and over and over and over and over again, pay attention to them. Start incorporating the answer to that objection in your presentation. And that way it answers that objection. That way you don't have to go over that objection at the end. Again, the standard is if we have a perfect presentation, at the very end there will be no objections to buying the policy. It'll just be looking to see which one they want. They pick it, and you close the deal. So that is presentation. So be sure to subscribe so that way you can catch all our latest videos. If you have any questions, comment below. Comment below what was your favorite piece of content on this, and be sure to share this video on social media with your friends, and we'll see you in the next episode.